Hi, this is Margaret from Margaret's Crafts. I've been seeing these cake cards and was very interested in how to make them because they just look gorgeous. And they were simply gorgeous, and I wanted to show you. I looked and looked around YouTube and over the internet to try to find a video on how to make them. I love to watch videos, and I found a tutorial though, where somebody else found a tutorial and linked it, and I was able to make it. And this is what the card looks like with the candles in it. It's a three-dimensional decorative cake, real candles, please don't light, and it's accented with dimensional paint. And then you have a little section here where when the card is folded you store your candles, and then the card is basically a easel card that is decorated up. It's just made a little different to be able to close up when you have the candles out. It has a little extra side right here for when you have the candles out. So I wanted to do a little tutorial on how to make it. You're going to start off with a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 12 inches. You're going to score it at 3 inches. Five and 3/8 inches. And 6 and 3/8 inches. Now to fold your card, just like the easel card, you have that one fold. But the only other difference is now you have this extra fold here to have your card folded in half. And then your easel sits up like that. Okay, now let me show you how I made this. Okay, first we're going to cut out. Just going to run it through the Spellbinder, the circle. And I'm going to have my circle cut. Okay, I have my circle. Then you need a piece, another piece for your sides. And this piece is 9 inches by 1 1/4 inches. And you're going to score it at 1/4 of an inch on each side. Then you're just going to mark your score line here. And where your score line is right here, you're gonna, the way she did it, she cut out little triangles to make little slits. In sewing, I don't need to do all of that. When you're sewing a circle, you just cut eases. So I'm just going to cut little slits in. And you're going to do this all the way down to that fold line. Don't cut past the fold line. But get right up to the fold line. You're going to do this on both sides of this paper. Okay. Now you're going to take your top, and you're going to need to punch some holes in it. I like to start off with my crocodile to punch the holes, just so I can see where they're at. I'm going to do 6 holes in this one. How about just to get me started. These holes are too small for your candle to fit through. Your candle won't fit through these holes. So what you're going to do is take your scissors and cut the holes a little bit bigger. You can put as many holes as you want on here. Okay, you're just going to cut your little round holes so that your candle can fit through. And you're going to do that with all of them. But I'm going to go on and show you now how to attach it. You have your folded up edges. Make for sure they're folded down. I use the Scotch Quick Dry adhesive to go around my bottom of my card. And remember I said you can use whatever size circle you want, but this strip is going to have to be adjusted to the circle. Just a little bit of glue on there. Now you're going to take your circle and you're going to start from the bottom of your circle and attach, and you're just going to hold it for a second for it to adhere, and then you're going to just curve it around your circle. I like to wipe off the little extra as I'm curving, and you're just going to squeeze and hold as you go around. And you're gonna, and there you are. That's your cake. Now to decorate your cake, you're going to use some type of dimensional paint. The one that I had was the Snow Rider. And all you're going to do is whatever you want to do. You can decorate with beads. You can decorate with jeweled accents. You can decorate with rhinestones. I just want to show you how I did it with this dimensional paint. All I'm going to do is put drops and then move down to the next drop. To make like a scalloped edge. You can decorate these any way that you want to. Okay, and then around your candle spots, I'll show you on this one. I'm gonna decorate the same way that I did before. Just little dots around the candle. Don't get right to the hole because you need that hole that size for your candle to fit down inside of it. All you cake decorators out there could probably do a better job on this than I am. Okay, and if you wanted to make it look like it's a double layer, just take your paint and make it look like the icing is coming out. Now you're going to decorate this whole top any way that you want it to do. Set it aside and let that dry. The next step that you're going to need is to make your little box holder right here for your, before you can see where I decorated with the puff paint. And then I used a Martha Stewart punch to make an edging on it. And then I also decorated around the bottom. And then I put like a flower on the inside. And then I dusted everything with some gold paint. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the little box that holds the candles. To make that box, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Now we're going to need to score this. Okay, we're going to score this. We're going to start with the long side. We're going to score this at half of an inch. Then 7/8 of an inch. Then 2 3/8 of an inch. And 2 3/4 of an inch. Now we're going to turn it 90 degrees. And I'm going to put a link, you'll see where I found this tutorial, this written tutorial on someone else's blog, and I'm going to include that. Then you're going to turn it and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. Seven-eighths of an inch. Three 3/8 of an inch. And 3 3/4 of an inch. Okay, now I'm going to fold them on my score line. Okay, now that I have it all scored, I want these little ends to be out. So I'm going to start by cutting the first 2 blocks totally out on all 4 sides. Then I'm going to just cut the top block out. 2 blocks and then 1 block. Now this little end here, I need to free it, so I'm going to cut that down straight, and then I'm going to just cut a little ease off, little triangle off of each side. This is going to be so it could slip down inside the box a little easier. Okay, and that's what my finished piece is going to look like. Now I need to cut a small opening so that you can see your candles in the inside. And I'm going to do the same thing. I got out a real small Nestabilities. Okay, and as you can see, I have my little opening cut out. But then you're going to need to take a piece of plastic, all that plastic that you've been saving off of different different packages, and we're going to cover up this hole with your plastic on the inside. So you're going to need your tape runner and go around the edges, the 4 edges of it. Make sure it fits within your little box. There. And that's your little opening. Now at this point, you can cover this with the decorative paper that you want to use, whatever color paper that you want to use on the inside. You're going to cover the front here with the sides. And to do the front, all I did was I took my Nestability and I cut the same exact shape so I know that it fit. And that's how you're going to do that. Once you get that all covered, you're going to fold your sides in like this and fold this up. And it's going to be just like that. And you're going to put a little bit of glue on the end or tape to hold it up. And I just make sure I line it up on the end so it isn't sticking out. And then that's how your box is going to close in when you have your candles in it. Now you're going to need your card base. That this is going to, your cake and your candles are going to rest on. And this is 5 1/4 by 5 3/8. And this is the part that sits right here, your decorative paper. And you can do your layers of cardstock however you want to do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure where do you want your candle to sit and where do you want your candles to sit. Okay, then just take a pencil and lightly mark your top and your bottom. And then what you do is, right in the center, you go down a little bit and you put a cut in it. This is where you're going to weave your ribbon through. And you're going to take your piece of ribbon Okay, I can erase these little marks so that they won't be seen. And you're going to weave your ribbon through the bottom so that your ends, your raw ends won't be, they'll be tucked in up underneath your candle box. Then you're going to take some of your glue. I don't need that much. Put it down around the bottom and up partially up the sides. Okay, and then put it over top of your ribbon, center it like you had it, and hold it down to glue that in place. But your top is going to be open so that you can get your candles out. Okay, this is going to be all decorated up beforehand, before you put this part on. You're going to decorate that all up. Then afterwards you can put your cake on, and you're going to do the same thing, glue around the bottom, and then just, I would put the seam part to the back because you're not going to see that, and put that down. And you'll have your cake all decorated with your candle box all decorated, and then You'll have your cake all decorated and your candle box all decorated. You can tie it with ribbons, and then you're going to just do the top part of your card, just like you would an easel card. Remember, there's going to be a free part here. So you can just decorate it any way that you want to decorate it. And then when it comes up, your cards will store in here. I mean, your candles will store in here. Like that, when your card is being delivered. Then after they get the card, you can just take that bottom part off, open it up, and put your candles on. And the bottom sits up like that. And that's how you make the cake. I call it a cake easel card. Thank you for watching my video.